So you want to grow into confident manhood. And there's one thing you need to do to make sure that that happens. And without it, you can be left floundering with no sense of direction or purpose, like myself when I was a young man. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I did to alter that. Every young man wants to feel confident and self-assured, but some just spend ridiculous amounts of time trying to build a fake image.
Tough guy attitude, macho tattoos.
Instead of doing what they really need to do. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to become a more confident and self-assured man. And I'll tell you the exact 2 things that I did to lift myself into greater confidence. When I was a young man and didn't know what proper masculinity was or looked like, I learned by trial and error. Luckily, I began to associate with some good older men who gave me some straight talk on man stuff. They told me that firstly, you have to know the difference between macho bullshit and real masculine traits. Let's have a quick look at that now. Now, a lot of exaggerated macho behavior in young men functions like emotional armor, which becomes a protective identity designed to prevent them being humiliated, feeling rejection, or having a loss of self-perceived status. Often the young man is not trying to be harmful, rather they are trying to feel safe, and that's how that false identity shield gets built. A healthy identity shield gives young men internal stability rather than social camouflage. It might surprise you to know that you do that by building competence instead of trying to build an image. Building competence through mastering skills and abilities. The reason a lot of men develop real but healthy masculinity as they get older is because they've mastered some competencies. So here's some great things you can do to become competent. Personal fitness is always got to be on top of your list. Gym, weight training, could be Pilates, could be something that I do like primal movement, which is a lot of crawling exercises on the floor that strengthens your whole body and increases your aerobic capacity as well. Now, you might want to think about going on some sort of personal development course. An assertion course is fantastic and really raises people's confidence. Martial arts, absolutely fantastic. If you can find a good martial arts instructor,
always good.
Particularly Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or reality-based self-defense, which I have done. The Tony Blauer spear system is fantastic, and you can even learn it online. Learning public speaking, going to a Toastmasters group, which are pretty much available worldwide, and learning to improve your public speaking is a fantastic way to raise your confidence. Does it take a while? Yes. Is it a bit scary at first? Yes. But once you've got good at public speaking, it really raises your level of self-confidence. Now, going on a survival course, 3-day survival course, 4 or 5 days, there's different time spans, is fantastic for building a sense of self-assurance.
Yeah, but why do you go on these trips with me?
They're usually run by good older men who've probably had some army experience. They are fantastic for building confidence. Survival course, brilliant. Now, let's get to the topic of learning emotional regulation, or what we call changing your state. The special forces learn special techniques that when they're in an adrenal combat situation, they have to think clearly. They have to have good decision-making capabilities. And they learn a technique called box breathing, which brings the prefrontal cortex back online so they can think clearer. Now, if it's good enough for the special forces, it's good enough for us. I'm going to do a whole video on this in the future called Developing Calm Strength with Box Breathing. Critical thinking. If you can go on a critical thinking course, there's lots online and lots offline. Critical thinking is really necessary for building confidence in people, because when we can think clearly and show logical reasoning and go through something in a logical way, or question someone who's trying to confound you perhaps, or trying to get one over on you, you need critical thinking, which is part of problem-solving skills. If you're known as someone who can problem solve, people will really look up to you and respect you. So critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, fantastic.
Problem solved.
As for me personally, I did something that really raised my fear level. I did stand-up comedy. Now, I did it for 1.5 years until I got over my fear. It really helped my public speaking skills as well. And it was just fantastic for helping me. And after that, I actually went to drama school for 2.5 years and learned how to be an actor. And that really increased my confidence and self-assurance, because I was exposed to fear all the time, which I didn't like. I didn't like being up in front of people, but I got over it through going to drama school and through doing stand-up comedy, which I viewed as a personal development course in itself. So I did those things to really raise my confidence as a young man. Now, will you suck at some of these things at first? Absolutely. Who cares? Practice makes perfect. And as your nervous system becomes more trusting of itself, your self-assurance and your confidence will blossom, because your nervous system gets used to getting past things, and once it sees itself getting good, it really starts to become more stable in the body. As I said, your confidence will really take off. Now, if you're interested in building integrity as a man, please watch this video up here. But in the next video, I'm going to do one on developing another competency, calm strength. See you next time.